Something I wanted to do before I got into radio. I grew up wanting to do what he's actually into right now. How many of y'all see the football when y'all watch NFL football on Sundays? Well, you may know somebody that might be in the league. Well, this guy right here is actually the guy you heard of football players and they have agents. Well, this guy he works as a sports agent for these football players. So all these endorsement deals that y'all see these players get. Like Cam Newton has a deal with Carolina's Healthcare. So you see all these sports deals. Behind the scenes are some guys that's working that are called sports agents. And of course, you know, the sports agents get broke off a little bit too. So you know, when you see these guys get these big $60 million contracts, I think the sports agents get at least 10, 15, 20%. Am I on point? Alright, I'm alright. So ladies and gentlemen, y'all start cutting right now. Y'all start cutting right now. You know my man all the way from South Carolina, Mr. Tory. And he didn't tell me that you hold something because he got it.
I want to say thanks to No Limit for that introduction. Also, I just want to say to West Charlotte High School, thanks for allowing me to be here today. Because I know you heard about the sports agent stuff, what I do dealing with NFL athletes, but there's much more behind that. You know, I didn't come from an academic inclined family. You know, my mother had 6 brothers and sisters. My father had 20 brothers and sisters. So that's 26 kids that I come from in the family. And I actually became the first one ever to actually go to school and graduate from college. So I didn't have no blueprint to success or blueprint to get education. It was all about me looking in the mirror and saying, I wanted to make it out of Woodruff, South Carolina. So I'm telling you all today, y'all have hope. They put this event on for you all today, to give you hope. But you gotta have hope within yourself. You gotta have faith. You gotta know that you wanna make it. Can't nobody do that for but you. No family member, no mother, no father. It's all about you. You got to take responsibility for your actions. I'm just going to give you a quick story about my situation. Like I said, I grew up without a father. I'm 32 years old today. I met my father for the first time in my life when I was 28 years old. I buried him when I was 30 years old. So I didn't have a father to sit there and say, be at home at a certain time. Do this work. I didn't have that. But I found within myself, I knew I wanted to make it out of Woodruff, South Carolina. Because I come from a background where you graduate from high school, you go in the military. You graduate from high school, you get a job. There was no such thing as college. You know, when I decided to go to college, I had a situation in 10th grade that changed my life forever. First of all, I had my daughter in 10th grade. Second of all, I started selling drugs in 10th grade. Yeah, I was about that life for a little minute. Yeah, I was about that life. But the third thing that changed my life was I got suspended 20-some days my 10th grade year. 20-some days. I got kicked off the football team in 10th grade. I was just headed reckless. But I had a god brother. His name is Coach Jones. He coached now at Duke University. He told me, he said, Tory, he said, man, if you don't straighten up, either you're going to be in jail and you ain't going to make it out of Woodruff. And from that day forward, I told myself, I wanted to make it out of Woodruff. I wanted to be somebody. Just like y'all. Y'all want to be somebody. Y'all are somebody. But you have to believe. I can sit up here and try to motivate, encourage. Your teachers try to motivate and encourage. But it's about y'all. It's all about y'all. So what I done was, I saw the hurt and pain I was putting my mother in her heart every day. She worked 16 hours. Second and third shift. She get off every morning. She'll pray with me every morning before I go to school. But guess what? I was living a totally different life that she didn't even know nothing about. She knew I was cutting up in school. She heard I was selling drugs. But guess what? I decided my 11th, 12th grade year that I was going to change. And guess what happened? My senior year, I got a full scholarship to go play football. I changed that cycle. I decided to change for myself. I didn't need my mother, I didn't need my sisters to tell me what I needed to do. Because I seen that I didn't want to go back to Woodruff, South Carolina. And today, I don't want to go back to Woodruff, South Carolina. Let me ask you all a question. Raise your hand of those of you all who want to be successful? Truly want to be successful?
Yes.
Let me ask you this question, the ones that your hand raised. Do you want to be successful as bad as you want to breathe? Let me ask you again. Do you want to be successful as bad as you want to breathe? Now I'm going to tell you this. Right now, if I took a plastic bag and put it over your head, what's the first thing going to happen? You're going to try to get air, right? So as soon as I pull that bag off your head, what's going to happen? You're going to get your air. You're trying to get the oxygen, right? That's how you got to feel every day you wake up. That you want it bad as you want to breathe. Because guess what? Life is serious. It ain't no guarantees tomorrow. Y'all are seniors in high school right now. Guess what? Next year, people ain't going to be caring about whether you make it out here or not. You got to change. But change starts from within. You got to believe. You don't need nobody else telling you that you're smart, that you're pretty, that you're intelligent. You don't need that. You got to know that for yourself. And you got to believe that. You got to believe that. I'm going to give you another story right quick. I came home from college. My high school coach, he coached me up to my 11th grade year. And we never really seen eye to eye. And he resigned my senior year. My mother worked in the hospital. I went back to see her at the hospital. My high school coach, in the hospital, laying on his deathbed. He always been a kind of a mean man. And my mother said, go talk to Coach Dorner. I said, nah, Ma, I don't want to talk to him. She said, go over there and speak to him. I went in the hospital, went in his room. He laying down on his deathbed, looking up at me. He said, Tory Danny. I said, how you doing, Coach? He said, I didn't think you was going to amount to nothing. But he said a little word. He said, I didn't think you was going to amount to nothing. This man on his deathbed looked at me. But you know what? There was a lot of people where I'm from thought that. They thought that. But every day I wake up, no, I'm not going back to Woodruff, South Carolina. I strive every day to be successful. I try to outthink my competitors in this business. I take different approaches. I educated myself. I equipped myself. I can travel anywhere in this country and recruit any player. I know they're going to listen to me because I'm going to keep it real with them. And I'm keeping it real with y'all. It's serious. Y'all got to change. Have faith in your life. Have focus in your life. And finish whatever it is you want to do. Finish it. Finish whatever you want to do. I'm going to tell you one more story before I leave. When I decided to go to graduate school, get my master's degree, I told my mother, I said, I'm going to go to graduate school, Mom. She said, what is graduate school? That's where I come from. My mother didn't even know what a master's degree was. I decided to do that on my own. All she told me was, son, just stay out of trouble. That's all she ever cared about, just stay out of trouble. My first week in graduate school, I went to a party in my hometown. My cousins got into a situation. They got into a fight. Shots rang out. One person got shot that night. September 14th, 2003. Guess who got shot? In my stomach and my leg with a 9mm. I was paralyzed in this leg for 6 months. Doctor told me I might never use this leg again. But guess what? Within that year, I was back working out again. It's about faith. It's about believing it. You're going to make whatever it is you want to do, you can do it. So I just pledge to you all, I challenge you all today to make that change. Because you will look back, whether you're 25, 30, 40, and you're going to say, I wish I could make that change. So I want to thank West Charlotte for having me, and I wish you all the best.
I just wanted to talk about some of the athletes that you represent because I didn't really hit on that because I wanted them to hear you speak first. So let's talk about some of the draft picks that you represent, coming from your situation. And we see these guys playing on Sunday. So talk a little bit about the guys you represent.
We represent, Pro Bowler Larry Fitzgerald, Pro Bowler Devin Hester, Alshon Jeffrey from the University of South Carolina, Dominican Sue, You know, those are some of the guys. You know, our company have represented Deion Sanders, Emmitt Smith, you know, Derrick Brooks, a lot of those guys. So we represent right now about 40-something guys in the NFL. In 2009, at the age of 29, I became the youngest ever in this business and had the 3rd overall pick in the draft, Tyson Jackson from LSU. Good.
Yeah, it is. All right. Prayer recovery, so we're going to ask some trivia questions, and I'm going to ask some trivia questions about his speech to see if he was paying attention. The first thing I want to say is